Well, hi there, lads. These are my 3 submarines I constructed. Of course, you can see in the front row the second submarine I ever constructed, and you also know it. Yeah, you've seen it. But I will show you the first submarine I ever created, and it was this one. And as you can see, well, maybe not, but it has a much smaller torpedo. It's 1 tile or 2 tiles shorter. And instead of a small hatch to dive, it has a missile of 3. They've got 3 missiles over here. Put it over there, and of course over here you see the front where its torpedo belongs. They got 3 different types of torpedoes. I didn't have the right color, so that's why. But now I will show you the biggest difference, because it's also a bit taller. It has more accommodation for its crew, as you can see. Over here we've got the captain's cabin, of course, but a very much larger bridge, as you can see. And yes, also some 4 sailors instead of 3 or 2. And I also want to show you, I had a periscope over here. I mean a screen for the periscope, which you can, well, if you put it over here and the captain is in the right position, it can stand like that. I will remove the sideway of this. Oh, destroy it a bit. What happens with Lego? It tends to fall apart. And when I put them over here, I believe this is the right spot. Oh, well, not quite it. But as you can see, it almost looks like this. You can see what's happening upstairs. None of the other submarines have that feature, so that makes this very cool. Over here, a small table, which of course it can also become a bed over here if I remove the drinking cup. And of course a small kitchen over here, and a small bed, which of course the officers or NCOs are sleeping upstairs, and the sailors over there. Well, that was submarine number 1. Well, almost, because you can also see it has more propulsion than the numbers 3 and number 2. And now I'm going to show you the transport submarine. Originally the second submarine should have been the transport submarine, but well, I didn't like that, so I made it. I made this transport of a attack submarine. But as you can see, I tried to create the Soviet style for its attack submarine, like an Alfa or Akula submarine. And I thought, why not try to make a typhoon submarine? And typhoon submarine of the Soviet Navy is designed to carry nuclear missiles. But as you can see, it's too small for that, and I didn't want to destroy the world. So I wanted to, I wanted the transport submarine, a submarine that could carry the small city cars. So I will show you what happens. Also, I placed the conning tower much farther to the back, because otherwise you couldn't get in the ship when there were cars. Well, I will show you what happens over here. I've got a small 1990s police truck inside it. As you can see, it's a bit not steady, because I made one of the wheels are on this tile over there and there, but it made its fit. And as you can see, this part of the submarine is very much smaller than the other regular bricks, makes it more vulnerable. So be careful, because it's also made of recycled Lego. I mean, it's second-hand Lego. I mean 50% or submarine, because I also didn't have this piece to move the door like this. But now I will show you what happens when I put the ship like this. Oh, and as you can see, 2 cars come outside it. And well, it only fits this way, because in the back there's less height for the cars. But it's very nice. And at the end you can see the door with some rooms, and I will show you what's behind there. So, and of course, a relaxing room for the passengers and also a bit for the crew, with also a small place to sleep if they want, and of course a bar with some drinks they can do, some alcoholics or perhaps hot chocolate if you want, and of course the pizza. Pizza is always an essential for a Lego minifigure. And of course I've also got the oven, but the oven is not that very well placeable, of you can't reach it. And also as you can see, this I've also placed a bit of brown so it would look like a bit like wood, and the real pop has of course some wood in it. And of course you can see like the other submarines, they have got a bit like the blue, white, orange, a bit South African flags. And as you can see, it's very much crampier over here because well, the large part of the submarine, almost half of it, is for the carriage of the cars. And as you can see, it's very much smaller, the bridge, than the perhaps than than submarine number 1, you know, or even submarine number 2 has a very much larger. As you can see over here, very much larger, and this it's uncomfortable. And of course they have had some beds over here. It's, and of course on top of it sleeps the officer or yeah, NCO. Well, these were my submarines, and I'm glad to make this video. And the Lego Submarine Captain says, out.